Hello and welcome. My name is Tom Shima. Over the course of 2026, I'm playing the game Persona 3 Reload. Only I'm trying something a little different. I'm going to match the pace of the game. That's right, I'm playing this game one real day at a time. Please enjoy this different take on the game in a series I'm calling Persona a Day. Hello and welcome. Thank you all so much for being here today. My name is Tom Shima, and it's such a pleasure to see all of you. As we've done, I'm going to be continuing our playthrough of Persona 3 Reload in the series I've been calling Persona a Day, where we play the game one day at a time as it corresponds to the real calendar. So the in-game calendar matches ours. We're going to be playing Tuesday, April 21st today. Like I like to do, we're going to go back through and talk a little bit about what we did yesterday so that we're caught up, and then we can dig right in to see what today brings. Started out, as most weekdays do, we went to school. Made it all the way to lunch, where Mitsuru stopped by to tell Yukari, Junpei, and I that the chairman wants to meet with us after school. So we had our plan figured out. Junpei and I headed home. We had a bit of time, and we got out of school, and the meeting wasn't until the evening, but the train was delayed due to an incident, so it also delayed our return, so we didn't make it until the time for the meeting, so there wasn't really much time after school to do anything. And the chairman talked about that tower, Tartarus, that we'd heard about, and how it appears at the same time as the shadows do, so they believe that there's some sort of connection. And that was our plan. We were told that tonight during the dark hour we would have been headed, again, tonight being last night, that we were headed to Tartarus to investigate. They hadn't had enough people to really investigate before, but now that our team has grown, they felt confident in venturing further inside to see what we can learn. And of all places, we ended up arriving at the school gates, just in time for the dark hour to begin as we watched the school shift and twist into this, strange, surreal tower that was Tartarus. And, on the inside, it was just as unusual as the outside, with columns and a wide open space and, nothing overly school-like. Once there, we kind of, looked around this lobby area, and we're told that we needed a leader since Akihiko is still recovering, and Mitsuru is going to be acting as our guide. So her persona's got that power to kind of watch over us and keep tabs on things. But that leaves Junpei, Yukari, and I, and one of us kind of needs to take charge. And Junpei, he was very excited to step up and offer his services in that regard. But Akihiko and Mitsuru thought that I should do it, mainly because I have experience using my persona, whereas neither Junpei nor Yukari have used theirs yet. Which sounded fair, but Junpei was still kind of a little depressed about that. He wants the role himself, so he's going to be vying for that, it sounds like. And at the same time in the lobby, we found this blue door that apparently only I could see, that led to the Velvet Room, which was where Igor was waiting for us. And he reiterated our ability to utilize multiple persona, something that was unique to us. So with that, we have our team in place. We decided to venture into the tower. And this first, floor there kind of focused mostly on, basic combat information, how to use personas, targeting enemy weaknesses, all-out attacks. From a game side of things, this was a tutorial floor, but this was our first, foray into the tower. At the same time, both Junpei and Yukari were able to summon their personas and use their abilities, so we're all persona users now in every sense of the name and phrase. And after we explored enough of the first floor, we found the stairs, but Mitsuru told us that that was all she wanted us to do for the night. Now that we've got a feel for it, it was time to find a teleporter and, leave it as it was. We kind of wanted to continue, but at the same time, both Junpei and Yukari, having been first-time persona users, were just as exhausted as we'd been after we first summoned ours, so we decided it was for the best to err on the side of caution and call it a night at that point. So that's where we left things off. I'm going to load us in. We're going to be in the Tartarus lobby at the end of the day, and we'll move on to see what today, April 21st, does. So with all that out of the way, let's move into the game. Okay. So yes, this is the end of the day on Monday, April 20th, which was yesterday. We were just headed back to the dorm to end that day and move into today.
Not bad.
Excellent work. I have high hopes for our future expeditions. The dark hour will be ending soon. And so yes, as we saw yesterday, returning from Tartarus ends the day and moves us into the next. And that Tartarus is kind of a unique labyrinth in that it changes every day, so what we explored today won't be the same as what we see tomorrow, and what's tomorrow won't be the same as the day after.
Salut.
Let's finish up here. Does that sound good to you? Let's call it quits. All right, rest up and come prepared for our next expedition. All right, so that's where we left it yesterday.
Yo!
Friendly student. Hey, you're in 2F, right? What's with that wary look in your eye? I'm Kenji Tomochika. We're in the same class. So many of my responses seem to have the option to come across as rather dismissive. I don't want to say, what do you want? I mean, I might think it sometimes when somebody greets me, but let's keep it positive and diplomatic. Morning. Yeah, you too. I heard from Iori that you're pretty close with Takeba-san. Is that true? Well, I guess it doesn't matter. I'm looking for someone with a little more experience anyway. Oh crap, it's almost time for the morning assembly. Come on, we better hurry. They say as they stroll.
That concludes the main portion of today's assembly. Next, we'll hear a word from the Student Council. Please welcome the new president, Mitsuru Kirijo, from Class 3D.
Thank you.
So she did get elected.
Yeah, her leadership role persists even here.
Well, I guess she is the most popular girl in school.
You can say that again. She's got this intimidating vibe around her.
Yukari's tone versus Junpei's tone, a little different, don't you think?
Not to mention, this school's owned by the Kirijo group, right?
We have heard that before too, I believe, yes.
As I begin my term as Student Council President, I'd like to share with you my vision for this coming year. It is my firm belief that each of us must accept the responsibility of bettering our school. However, change cannot occur without sustained effort and an unprecedented level of commitment. That is why we must restructure our daily lives in order to rise to this challenge. I'd like each of you to dig deeply into your well of motivation and reevaluate your convictions.
Quite the dramatic opening speech, but also quite that call to action.
Strive to imagine a bold new future without losing sight of the realities around you.
Hearing all this kind of makes me wish I could approach you as chat and kind of channel that same confidence and structure and drive. It's like, here's where we're going to go as a community. Here's what I'm going to do for you. Here's what we're going to do and enjoy together. Maybe one day, as I grow in the game and in real life, I'll rise to the levels I'm seeing here.
That is the key. My own ideas are but one person's vision.
True.
For us to reap the full benefits of our education, your participation, opinions, and enthusiasm are essential.
Wow. Everything she's saying seems to be hitting me so close to home as I'm thinking about this streaming experience and this Persona a Day series. So I kind of want to, break into her speech here and interrupt her unfairly a little bit and kind of, talk to you, the audience, and say, likewise, for all of us to reap the full benefits of this experience, your participation and opinions are crucial. They're essential. If I'm doing something good, I'd love to hear it. If I'm doing something you don't like, I'd really love to hear it because I want to change that. If we all work together, I think we can all really make everything we do become a better, more fun experience for everybody. And I'm committed to that, so it starts with me. I'm open to whatever you have to suggest.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Man, what a speech.
Right?
Do you, have any idea what she just said?
I like to think I do, but now that I'm on the spot, maybe I don't. I was definitely listening. I'm not going to say I wasn't listening, and I think I have a clue, so I guess sort of is my best option here. I thought it felt pretty direct.
Sure didn't sound like something a high schooler would say.
That is true as well. At least, not my high school experience.
If it was anyone else, we'd be laughing our asses off.
I don't know if I'd laugh at somebody giving that sort of speech.
Okay, time for class.
All right, today we'll be looking at some Meiji-era literature. Open your textbooks to page 12. You know what? I'm sick of this story. I already went over it in the last class. I've always thought about that with teachers too, and teaching the same material not only year after year, but day after day. If you've got a literature teacher who's teaching 5 classes today and they're all going over the exact same story, at what point does it kind of get to be that, I don't know, that teacher burnout idea of, I told you this before, I told you this, an hour ago, 2 hours ago, yesterday, last year. I mean, I'm sure as teachers they know how to move past that and stay professional, and they have a genuine interest in the students, but it's just always kind of been that thing that crosses my mind of, does it actually ever get to them? I've got a great poem we can discuss instead. Close your textbooks, everyone, and listen to this. Isolated cloud, suspended over the tall, snowy mountain peak. I'm feeling sleepy. Should I close my eyes for a few minutes? As I said last time we had this option, no, I have never even, once in my life considered sleeping in class. That conviction's going to stay with me for this. I'm going to stay awake.
What even?
Hey, Tomochika, you better not be sleeping back there. See? Teachers notice these things. You should be ashamed of yourself napping while I pour my heart into this reading. You're getting another essay on top of the regular assignment tonight. Oof. I expect a slice of cake when you turn it in, too. And don't cheap out with the store-bought stuff like last time. Oh, Miss Toriyumi's quite direct. I forced myself to stay awake and listen to the lecture. It helped our academics. Like it's been so far, we are still just a plain timid slacker. But I'm sure that'll change eventually.
Yo, want to stop by Paulonia Mall on the way back? Might want to stock up while we can, since we got stuff going on at night. There's a pharmacy there, too. Couldn't hurt to get some meds in case anything happens.
That's true. I mean, it makes sense, I don't want to just dismiss this as maybe later. And he does seem really into it, but I kind of want to, jump in there with him. It's like, yeah, I agree. Especially if I'm supposed to be the leader of this group. I mean, I should be the one that's leading this preparation charge, but I love to see the fact that Junpei's stepping up. So yeah, he does seem really into this.
You bet I am. If we don't step up to the plate, who will?
True. We are the ones with the power, the ability to learn and understand and combat these shadows.
The chairman said it himself. The fate of the world depends on us.
That's right, we're heroes.
Let's go, leader. First task, escape from the school.
Dramatic.
Look! It's Sonata-senpai! Wait for us!
Somebody's got some fans.
Have you noticed how popular Sonata-san is with the ladies? Man, take a look at that. I guess neither of us really got to know him before all this crazy stuff happened.
That's true.
He's a captain of the boxing team. Never lost a single match. I know that's cool and all, but
I mean, that's so cool, yeah.
who'd have thought boxing would turn you into a chick magnet?
I mean, who knows, Junpei? Maybe there's a little bit more to it than that.
I mean, come on! They're fawning on him more than a harem manga. I wonder where they're going.
I'm wondering if our focus on preparing for tonight has changed a little bit.
Hey, are you guys free this afternoon?
Oh,
Huh? Us? Yeah, I mean, hell yeah! We love to join your little, group here.
nice. I did wonder about both of those. Let's ask him, what about the fate of the world? He wants to see us as heroes. We were preparing for that. That was the important part of our escape the school mission, right? So what about the fate of the world?
Ah, don't be lame. Even heroes need some rest now and then, you know?
So there's the world, but then there's this different tier of the group of girls. Okay. He's in high school. I'm not going to question his judgment there.
Well, are you free or not?
Yeah, of course. No problemo.
Sure thing.
I want the two of you to meet me at Polonia Mall. You know where it is, right? I'll be waiting at the police station.
Well, that sounds dubious.
Got it?
I suppose.
The police station?
Yeah, that's that was my reaction too.
You mean we're not hanging out with your friends?
That disappointment in his voice.
Who? These girls?
Ouch.
No, I don't even know their names. Hearing so much chit-chat gives me a headache.
Man, they are right there.
Anyway, I'm going on ahead. Don't keep me waiting.
Oh. I'm almost lost for words on how to react to that.
Wait! Senpai! Don't leave us!
Well, they don't seem put off by that.
Man, how can he not know their names? I mean, seriously, just look at them. Anyway, let's go.
All right, reality's catching back up. Yeah, let's head to the mall. Sonata asked us to meet him at the Polonia, police station. I trip over that word occasionally. It's one thing seeing it written; it's another thing trying to actually say it to all of you. Junpei and I decided to head over.
Yeah.
Well, I was just headed there myself. That's true. That was our original plan. You know the place, right? Let's go. So, we've got a couple new objectives up there to meet with Sonata and head to Halloween. Yeah, I've heard it Polonia. Yeah, we're going to head to the mall. I can say mall. We'll just keep it at the mall. And I see somebody who's got a chat icon here. Kind of want a waiting student. I'm waiting for my boyfriend. We're going to Hagakure. Thanks for sharing. I'm kind of that game player that, if I'm told to go left, I tend to go right, just because I want to see everything.
Hey.
Junpei's keeping me on track, though. He's helping the stream out here. I'm not going to get lost in side content. Let's go to the police station first, man. We promised Sonata-san, remember? Right you are. My exploration tendencies will have to wait. I can still see people on the way, though. Very curious student. You know how every school has at least one mystery that no one can solve? There's one here too, Like the sculpture in the art room that moves by itself. It sounded cooler in my head. Fawning student. The fawning student continues to sigh. All right. I guess that's them right now. One more down here. Brown-haired student. I have this strange feeling that someone's watching me. Maybe it's just my imagination. Okay, that might put fawning student in a bit more context for us. I love little details like that. I mean, these are side people that, I don't want to say they don't matter, but from a narrative story standpoint, I'm supposed to be headed to the mall to that police station. But as much as I can, I want to kind of talk to everybody and really build out this world. I mean, we're taking it one day at a time. We've got the time to do this, right? And the more we get to know things and people and places, the more impactful and meaningful it's going to keep being for us. So I'm going to keep trying to do that. I think we've seen everything we can here, so let's head out. I'm sure... No, we're going to listen to his direction. We are going to go to the mall. Just as bustling as it was the other day we were here. Looks like we've got some people to talk to here as well, so let's kind of make our rounds on the way to the police station. What a cheerful old man. Everywhere you look, you see young couples. Well, what are you waiting for? Go after someone. You're still young. You've got no excuse not to be together with some girl. Maybe. I don't see him with anybody. Just, gonna throw that out there. Easier said than done, maybe. Or that's an excuse. I'll leave that up to you to decide. Gamer student. Are you here for the arcade? If you want to know about the games, I can tell you all about them. Sure. Today you can play either House of the Deceased or Real Wheel Racer. House of the Deceased is pretty scary. You'd increase your courage if you can stand it. Real Wheel Racer requires nimble fingerwork, so it increases your agility. That about covers it. Arcades are a nice tempting draw, but I think we really do need to minimize our sideways exploration and just talk to a couple people here and then meet up with Sonata. Housewives. Oh my! How did I forget to buy shampoo? No rush, just wait for the sale. Isn't Saturday the sale day at Aohige Pharmacy? That's a good little bit of information. If we're looking to get some things on sale, maybe prioritizing the pharmacy on Saturday could be a thrifty answer, since we have a cool 3,920 yen to our name. That might get us a little bit, but I don't think it's going to go too far. A skilled reporter. Hello, young man. Say, have you heard anything about those mysterious cases of ordinary, healthy people changing overnight? I think we have heard some of that, yes. I have. It was on the news. It was apathy syndrome. Guess that shouldn't be a surprise. It's all over TV. All right. Club Escapade. It's not open yet. Dude, this place doesn't even open until later. I guess there's a nice closed sign there. Chagall Cafe. I hear drinking the pheromone coffee here can turn you into a chick magnet. Well, not that I need it. Anyway, come on. We gotta get to the police station. Be Blue League.
By the way,
Looks like it ain't open yet. What is this place anyway? Well, whatever. The police station is just next door. That second-guessing part of my brain here. What do you guys think? Is that the letter V or the Roman numeral 5? Debate that in chat for a while. I've always read it as a V, but now in my brain it's like, what if it isn't? What if that's not right? I guess we've looked at the other shops. Let's continue our rounds here. We saw that was the arcade. We've got Kenneth Arnold. I think... Do you usually get the limited or the standard edition? Or both? For me... Wait, we can talk about this later. First, let's go meet with Sonata-san. It's a CD and DVD place based on the the lettering I can read at the top there. Ah, this is that Aohige Pharmacy. This place sells all kinds of stuff. If you need any kind of medicine, they probably got it here. Actually, I should stop by here after the police station. And Mayoido Antiques. This seems to be an antique store, but it's closed. The sign says reopening on July 18th. Well, we've got a little while to look for that then, don't we? An antique shop. I wonder what they sell. I guess antiques, huh? That makes sense. Yeah, that would be my guess as well. Anyway, the police station comes first. Man, he's kind of getting kind of sick of this, right? It's like, what about the police station? Hey, the police station. Not Mandragora. Doing solo karaoke is pretty hot right now. I don't really get it. Is it like proving you're brave enough to do it? Anyways, police station time. I don't know, is it just me being a contrarian to want to go down this alley here? It kind of is, but... Yep, he's not having any more of that. Dude, you passed the police station. Turn around. Yeah, he's done with our antics. Bullet. Hey. Dude, it's right there. Can we just go to the police station already? All right, we've tortured him enough. Police station.
no.
This is the place Sonata-san was talking about, right? All right, want to go in? Let's go in. Yep, there he is.
Thank you, Kurosawa-san. I'll be taking this. Oh, these are the guys I was talking about earlier.
Just that lack of words and that suspicious, stoic glance. You know, that I can instantly tell we're being sized up.
This is Officer Kurosawa. He helps keep our squad well equipped.
Oh,
Oh, and here. This is from Ikutsuki-san.
5,000 yen. Nice.
Whoa, is that our warp funds? You shouldn't have.
You can't fight empty-handed, so find something you like. Kurosawa-san has connections. He can secure equipment for us.
Interesting. I wonder what sort of arrangement that all is. I don't want to question the channels and legality of things, but it's nice to have someone on our side, I suppose.
But these things still cost money.
Such is life.
Of course they do. Nothing in life is free.
That's what I was thinking.
I realize that.
Yep.
Well, I'll see you later. Thanks again.
He seems to be on good terms with the officer.
I've been informed about you two. My job is to maintain peace in this city regardless of the circumstances. I'm just an ordinary police officer, but it doesn't take a genius to know something strange is going on here. I'm only doing what I think is right. Nothing more.
You do have to respect that. He knows his role. He knows he wants to protect the peace and safety of everyone, and he's going to do it. He's going to focus on getting it done. Yes, there are proper channels to things, but it's that gray area. He's committed. He knows his goals.
If you need something, we can talk in the back.
Still feels a little shady, but
All right.
now then, I don't have that much, but you should be able to find what you need. Okay, so here at the police station, we can purchase equipment for our party to use in battle. You can also sell any equipment you aren't using if you need a little extra cash. There's no telling what dangers Tartarus will throw your way, so be sure to gear up with the highest quality equipment you can afford. We've got the different categories of equipment. Here's what they do. Weapons for attack, armor for defense. Footwear is evasive, and accessories are a variety of different things. And yeah, certain pieces of equipment will have also other effects. They might boost our strength or other stats. But there'll be other options as well. Basically, we'll figure all this out as we go through it. So this is just that tutorial splash screen for it. So we have 8,920 yen. The eternal question: do you prioritize weapons or armor when you first get to a shop in an RPG? How about you guys? Armor first? Weapons first? Maybe items? Do you go for the healing side of things first? It's kind of hard to really say, since I don't think any of the shadows yesterday had a chance to attack us. We don't really know how sustainable our party is right now, but there's also that case for a good weapon ends a fight, so you don't need to worry as much about defense. We do have a persona with a healing skill now as well, so with limited skill points, to cast abilities and things, it's going to kind of limit how much we can do, so taking less damage would be a boon, but me, I'm leaning towards a weapon. Yes, right now we've got a short sword, a plain shirt, engineer boots, and a portable player. Yukari's got a practice bow, a knit cardigan, brown loafers, and a heart choker. Junpei's got an imitation katana, a dress shirt, straight tip shoes, and a silver necklace. I guess let's price things out. I don't want to commit to something without seeing my options.
I got some stuff you might find useful, so feel free to browse.
So we've got two different sword choices for Tom here. We've got a saber or a gladius. Both have the accuracy of 95. Not a huge difference in cost, but at this point in the game where we're very cash poor...
When it comes to blades, you've really got to take good care of them. Otherwise, they're just useless metal sticks.
True enough. Yes, the saber does more damage, but the gladius here gives us an extra 10 hit points. For Yukari, we've got the short bow or the rainbow. Likewise, we get a little bit more magic if we take the cheaper option, but as a consequence, we don't do quite as much damage. And for Junpei, we've got a bastard sword or a kishido blade. And just like the other two, the trend continues of trading out...
Everything stocked here is through my personal connections.
Trading out...
Whatever you get, and however you use it, just be careful.
I like his call to be careful there, but his personal connection still just kind of... It makes bells go off in my head if I wonder. Yes, back to what I was saying. We've again got attack versus +1 endurance. And you'll see it's about a little over 3,000 per person, so we're not going to be able to get the top damage weapon for everybody, and that touches no armor. So let's price that out before we again commit.
Bloodlet, as long as you need.
Wow, these are even more expensive. This one makes us more agile, whereas that one is more defensive. And these will be the same for everybody. Oh, well, we should also probably compare what we have on right now.
Feel free to buy whatever you want.
My plain shirt
But
does 24
I suggest picking
defense.
something that complements your physique.
So he's kind of going clothing store on us here now. So I mean, either one is a nice step up from our base defense. Especially true for Junpei, who's got the lowest defense of the group. I'm probably not going to look at footwear necessarily, but always helps to have all the options. Wow. You look at that jump of evasion from 8 to 26. So we're not overly evasive right now. I mean, there is definitely something to be said for dodging attacks.
Just don't get in over your heads.
Not getting hit is the best defense. And we technically could afford those, high-tech sandals, but... The challenge of limited funds, right? I still was leaning towards a
What are you
weapon.
looking for?
I don't want to spend too much time on this either. Probably can't be that much fun. It's like, ooh, let's watch this guy shop for weapons. Ooh. That's on me to make it fun, isn't it? Okay. And like I've said multiple times, we're not doing guides for this. I'm not, checking the ideal, you buy this for Tom and you buy this for Yukari and you ignore Junpei completely or whatever. It's like, nope, we're making our choices and we're living with our choices. We do have personas as well, so we are going to be using their abilities. Maybe I'm going to go against my gut here and look at the armor.
Take as long as you need.
I mean, even that's still pretty expensive, though. Is it crazy to look at footwear? I mean, my first thought was yes, but seeing the boost in evasiveness that would provide, maybe there's something to be said for that.
Take as long as you need.
I mean, strength +1 could be nice, but going from 8 to 26 evasiveness.
That what you want?
I think it is. Feel free to debate amongst yourselves the logic or lack thereof of my choice, but in equipping us for our first forays into the tower, I'm going to get us all some new sandals. I'm the leader of the party. I got you all some sandals.
Great. It's all yours.
Yes, of course we're going to equip it. And if we can turn these back into 400 yen, I think we need every yen we can get at this point. So we'll buy one for Tom. We'll buy one for Yukari.
Great. It's all yours.
Hopefully she doesn't mind that we're selling her loafers. And
That what
Junpei
you
here.
want? All right then.
And off go his shoes. So that leaves us with 2,020 yen. Can we do anything relevant with that?
Take as long as you need.
Nope.
What are you looking for?
And no. So, those are our funds for next time we're out able to shop. I guess we haven't looked at accessories, but
As long as you need.
we could consider some of these stat boosts technically, but at this point in the game, I don't think that's the best use of my funds. Seeing that we still need armor and weapons, we're going to just keep saving up for those. Do I have anything
What'd you bring?
worth selling? A Mask of
How
Cruelty.
many are you selling?
They don't seem to be doing us any good in our inventory.
Sure now. Sure. It's a deal.
I don't know what he's going to do with them, but he's willing to pay for them, so... And and I don't really want to sell my consumables. I mean, there might be a case to be made for that in a min-max playthrough, but that's not what this is. So, I think we've seen all the police station and Officer Kurosawa here have to offer.
All done here?
I am.
Come back soon.
I can't believe the police station's selling weapons.
Yeah, that is... Yeah. I can't believe that either.
What's more, they only gave us 5,000 yen. Ain't that kind of stingy? I mean, kind of saving the world.
I mean, yeah, you don't want to look a gift horse in the mouth, but looking at some of those prices, 5,000 yen doesn't really go quite as far as it felt like it was going to. But it went a lot further than the 3,000 I had to buy myself, so... Beggars can't be choosers.
Oh crap, it's this late already? I'm gonna miss the rerun of The Lonely Shogun. I gotta go.
Junpei and his priorities. But I get that. I mean, who hasn't wanted to rush back for their favorite show? It's not just me, right? Tell me it's not just me. Me and Junpei, at least. Hopefully it's some of you as well. What about stocking up? I mean, I don't really want to get in the way of his show, but he did kind of want us to come here and stock up. Let's just plant that idea in his head and see what he thinks.
Wow, well, about that. I'll leave the rest to you, leader.
Aha.
Let's meet up again. You know where.
I approve of that tactic. Like, well, you're the leader. I wanted to be, but I wasn't chosen, so enjoy being the leader and the responsibilities that come with it. I have to go now, but keep being a good leader.
There's a ton of shops and stuff in this place, so you really should check it out while you can.
That almost feels sarcastic, considering I walked him all the way around this place before we got to the police station.
All right, see you back at the dorm.
All right, see you at the dorm. And he runs off. All right, so starting today, we're free to use our after-school hours as we wish. So yes, like we saw in class, we've got the various social skills, our academics, charm, and courage to work on. And yes, time is a limited factor. That's one of the things about this playthrough that I think is hopefully going to be a fun thing. It's like there are only so many hours in a day, so I may, kind of like shopping for equipment here. I wanted armor, I wanted weapons, and I wanted shoes, but I didn't have the resources for it. So there's all sorts of things I want to do in this after-school hour, but time is a limited factor. I've got to spend it wisely. Yes, it is kind of nice that in this version of the game, you can kind of see the general tone of what other people did, and I will be consulting that from time to time. I mean, I'm not going to use it to make my decisions necessarily, but it's kind of fun to see how other people chose to prioritize their time. That I do want to reiterate, though, just seeing it doesn't mean necessarily that I'm going to listen to it, but again, we'll be informed. There will be times I will go with, the majority on those things. I mean, some of our choices might be limited, but, please just trust me that I'm still trying to take this as an authentic playthrough, not a walkthrough. So let's see what the network has to show us. I mean, you look at all these different things people had, an option to do. Some studied in the library, played in the arcade, went back to the dorm, went to karaoke, Wild Duck Burger, gave money as an offering, used the movie theater, or made use of Hagakure Ramen. So there were all sorts of things going on there. And knowing all that, it's like, which one do we want to do? I could make a case for any one of those. So, what do we want to do? We've talked to everybody in this area. That's one nice thing too. You'll see this gray icon above cheerful old man here. That kind of means that he's been talked to. And so we're up to speed on what he has to say. This alley I wanted to check out. There's a mysterious door in this quiet alley. Yes, quite the... Ooh. I love that fade out they went with, so it's down to just the kind of ambient sound in the footsteps. And then it fades back in. Back to normal. The lights come back up. I won't subject you to this anymore, but I just really like that. Let's check the Velvet Room here. So yes, we have an alternate entrance. We don't need to wait to get to Tartarus to stop in the Velvet Room here. So, like I just said, yes. And I assume it's the same logic as it is in Tartarus, and that we're the only one that can see this.
Welcome to the Velvet Room.
Always good to be here.
I have been anticipating your arrival. The time has come for you to wield your power.
We haven't been doing that already?
My role is to create new personas.
I guess I have a bad habit of interrupting Igor, don't I?
By merging multiple persona cards together, they can be reborn into a new form.
I've always kind of loved that depiction and that thought. It's like, different aspects of yourself come together and they change. They incorporate parts of who you were and what you were into something new. That's a cool analogy of how we change and grow as people, isn't it?
One could call it a fusion of personas.
There is much hidden potential within your persona abilities. We've never had a guest show this much promise in the past.
Indeed. And by establishing social links, you may be able to create even stronger personas as well.
That's true. He'd referenced as much a few times in the past when we've talked to him.
Oh, this shall prove to be most interesting.
I've always kind of wondered about Igor. I mean, I love the Persona series, but I'm not deep into all of it. I don't have that, massive understanding that a lot of the big name players have, so I always kind of wonder what the Velvet Room is like from Igor's perspective and the guests he helps out. What does he like? What does he see? What does he watch? What makes Igor tick? Maybe we'll find out one of these days.
To that end, as you accumulate cards, please bring them to me.
If you wish to learn more about fusing personas in greater detail, then come talk to me so that I may give you some hints.
I like the way they've got talk in quotes there. I mean, that's one of those nice little fourth wall things, but it's also, come talk to me. Hey guys, please comment. No.
I will assist you to the best of my ability.
You could borrow Igor's power to fuse new personas in the Velvet Room. Fusing personas is crucial in overpowering enemy shadows. First, try fusing the personas in your possession. The following Velvet Room tutorials have been unlocked. You guys can read all those. We might take a look through them, we've got the time, right?
Welcome to the Velvet Room.
Let's talk. Okay. I do want to kind of look through these. It's our first time really going through this. Let's take it slow. Let's enjoy it.
Let me answer that for
Fusion
you.
basics. My role is to create new personas. By fusing your existing personas together, a new one shall emerge. When a new persona is created, it tends to be of a higher level than the ones that were fused. However, personas that are fused will be lost. Since the process requires multiple personas, you will be left with fewer in your arsenal than you had before. Which powers will you forsake in order to gain new ones? It's up to you to decide. That kind of feels like the theme for today's playthrough, doesn't it? Cost benefits. Like, what are you going to do? These are your limited resources. What do you do? How do you spend them? Social links.
Let me answer that for you.
A persona is the power of your soul, which thrives on the bonds you have with others. Thus, it is only natural that social links affect the strength of your personas. If you have established a social link with the same arcana as the persona you wish to create, then that persona will receive power from the social link and level up. The amount of power it will receive depends on the rank of the social link. In some cases, your persona may even surpass your own level. Do you understand now how important social links are to persona users? Dyad fusion.
Let me answer that for you.
The most basic type of fusion would be merging two personas together. Generally, persona fusion exhibits predictable patterns depending on the arcana involved. By making good use of this pattern, you will be able to create a persona of your choosing. There are a number of combinations, however, that do not follow convention. For example, when fusing personas of the same arcana, the best way to learn is experiment on your own. Not really a tutorial there, it's almost a teaser of, hey, try it, see what happens. The search fusion.
Very well.
Search fusion will allow you to conduct a wide search of which personas you can fuse. With search fusion, you will be able to view a list of personas that you can create from the personas in your possession. This way, you will be able to check and compare different combinations of personas even if the end result is the same. Other than that, you may also find it useful to check personas that you have yet to encounter. I hope you will make good use of it. Special fusion.
Very well.
Allow me to briefly explain the conceptions that involve 3 or more personas. Sorry, that tripped me up seeing it capitalized there. These fusions are a tad complex, you see. They will only become available once you have obtained specific personas. Though it will take much time and effort, the personas you can fuse will be well worth it. Most importantly, personas created through these special fusions cannot be acquired by any other method. That in itself makes the endeavor worthwhile. Skill inheritance.
Very well.
A new persona, born from fusion, may at times be able to inherit skills from the composite ones. In other words, it's possible to give a persona skills that it could never learn on its own. You should keep this in mind when attempting to create a powerful persona. The mechanisms of skill inheritance are not yet fully understood, but there are 2 key points I'd like to share with you. First, the more skills the original persona possesses, the more skills the resulting persona can inherit. Second, different persona have different strengths and weaknesses regardless of the skills they can inherit. Do keep that in mind. Inheritable skills.
Let me answer that for you.
Allow me to explain more about skill inheritance. For each persona, there are skills that can be inherited and those that cannot. I believe it will be difficult to inherit skills with affinities that are of the persona's weakness. But some personas have fewer inheritable abilities than others. Even more rare are personas that can inherit any skill, although they do exist. You will learn more by and by as you experiment with fusion. This is quite the list, but we're going to want to know it eventually, right? Let's keep going. Incense cards.
Very well.
Incense cards have the ability to enhance your persona's abilities. These enhancements can be passed on to new personas through fusion. As for which cards to use and which abilities to enhance, you will learn more by and by as you experiment with them. Fusion accidents.
Let me answer that for you.
I regret to inform you of this, but our powers are not perfect. Although rare, there are times when the cards may be incorrectly positioned. When this occurs, it may result in an accident. The created persona will most likely be different from what was anticipated. Do forgive us if such an incident does occur. Changing skills.
Let me answer that for you.
In rare cases, a persona's skills may change during fusion. Oftentimes, these skills will change to one of a similar level. However, in some cases, they may even change to a higher level skill. Hopefully, luck is on your side and all goes well. I urge you to first give careful consideration before making an attempt. The likelihood of unforeseen events.
Let me answer that for you.
As with all things, there are certain days where the unforeseen may occur more frequently. The same goes for whenever we conduct persona fusions. Depending on the phase of the moon, skill changes and fusion accidents are more likely to occur. Furthermore, the odds of the unexpected happening increase when repeatedly fusing personas. Do keep this in mind. We're almost through these for anybody that's wanting to get back to the action.
Let me answer that for you.
Skill cards let you teach the skills sealed within them to any persona. For example, if you were to use an Agi card on a persona, that persona would then learn Agi. Even if the skill is one that cannot be passed down through fusion, it seems persona can learn them via skill cards. Also, if the persona you wish to teach a skill already has 8 skills in its current repertoire, you will be able to choose which skill to discard. I have also heard that skill cards can be duplicated somewhere. It would be best for you to learn about that yourself through trial and error. He's helpful, but he keeps wanting to, circle back to learn by doing, which I can't argue. The Persona Compendium.
I can answer.
Ah, Elizabeth this time. Personas emerge from the sea of your soul, and they are all recorded within the Persona Compendium. Once you've obtained a new persona, it will be automatically registered to the compendium, no matter what method of acquisition. Personas can be summoned from the compendium at any time once registered, even those that have been released. Please note, though, that there will be a fee for summoning the persona from the compendium. Kind of like we learned at the police station, you know, nothing's free, is it? The stronger the persona, the more it will cost. Such is the way of the world. I think those were Officer Kurosawa's words, weren't they? Last two. Start with registering personas.
Allow me to explain.
You may also re-register a persona that has already been registered. This will update its records in the compendium. Let us know anytime you want to update the records of a persona that you have trained. Oh, and no need to worry, there is no fee for registering personas. And lastly, personas' effect on social links.
I can answer.
Personas are like masks representing your soul. Depending on the time and circumstances, you can freely switch between them. Things shall go more smoothly for you if you manage to make the most of your personas. For example, if you bring a persona of the same arcana as the social link you're meeting, I'm sure that they, who don the same mask, will allow for a deeper bond to form. Use this information wisely. So, that was a nice little, encyclopedia read of some various concepts that are going to be important. And a common point that kept coming up is learn by doing and, discover and see for yourself. So we are going to do that. But we're now forewarned and forearmed with some background information, so once we see it, it'll kind of be easier to reference things like, oh yeah, we heard about how skill inheritance works, or the importance of social links when fusing personas. So we've got this information now to build and learn from.
How may I assist you?
They did want us to fuse personas. Well, again, let's see our options. We've got our two personas here. We've also got registration. They did mention, as we just read, about registering personas to our compendium, so let's just see what's registered currently versus what we have to see if there are any differences.
Registering, I see.
So yes, in this case, this gives us a list of all the personas in our current inventory. Like, we'll go to Orpheus here. And we'll see that, his current stats, we've got level 3, levels up with 150 experience, and then, there are all the stats down there. So if I press Y here, it's going to show us what's currently registered. Currently in the compendium, we have just the level 1 Orpheus. So if we were to summon it from the compendium, we would get level 1 Orpheus back. So in this case, if we register Orpheus, then the compendium will update to level 3. So if we go to buy Orpheus again in the future, it will be this version of Orpheus, not this version of Orpheus. So at this point...
Is overwriting acceptable?
Yes, we only get to keep one version of each persona, so we'll overwrite the old one with the new one.
All registered.
And now it's registered, so you don't see it on our list anymore because what's in our inventory and what's in the compendium match, so there's nothing new to change. So we'll do the same thing with Apsaris here. We'll see current skills. Basically no difference, just a little bit of experience different. But we're still going to register it.
Overwriting acceptable? All registered.
And with that, all of our personas have been registered. So now if we fuse them, they disappear in the process of fusion, but they can be resummoned from the summon tab here.
This is your progress so far.
For a not insignificant amount of money. We could just barely afford to resummon Apsaris here at 2,225. So let's see what would happen if we were to consider fusing these two together.
Which will you choose?
What does Orpheus plus Apsaris... That would give us Nekomata here. You can see it's of the Magician Arcana. It would be level 3, and the tag there shows that it's unregistered. It is not currently in our compendium.
What personas come to be is a great joy of mine.
This persona is powerful.
So this is what Apsaris would be. That gives me a thought here, actually. I want to go back real quick. I want to, go to Orpheus' stats here, because one thing I love that this game did, you can see an option down at the bottom here for background. This hits this, and this lets us, learn a bit more about Orpheus before we fuse him away. Orpheus was a poet of Greek mythology, skilled with a lyre. He tried to retrieve his wife from Hades, but she vanished when he looked upon her before reaching the surface. And Apsaris here, the Hindu water spirit, Apsaris. Hindu water spirits, they are beautiful young women who dance for the gods. They also guide heroes fallen in battle to paradise. I like this little flavor text. Learn a bit more about the historical backgrounds, the real ties to things, so... Just that fun little thing. But let's
This persona is powerful.
Let's consider Nekomata here, and its background. Incarnations of long-lived cats in Japanese mythology. They have various powers, including human speech and control over the dead. And it looks like, okay, you can see here, this is going to know Agi, Rakunda, and we've got one blank open slot. So it's going to give us a couple choices, maybe depending on what skills our component personas have, to inherit something to fill that open slot. So let's just take a look and see.
What do you wish to inherit?
So we can choose between Bufu or Dia. Both would be very beneficial at this point. The more elemental options we have, the better, but the same could be argued for healing options. Since we've got limited consumables, another thing we did encounter, our very first drop was Epsaris, wasn't it? So there is a chance that we might see another one next time we're in Tartarus. That will happen from time to time. So there is a chance that we could find a new ice user persona, basically. So I lean more towards getting Dia on our first fusion attempt here. So that's what I'm going to do.
It seems no new powers have been bestowed upon you.
Okay, and what he's saying here is we're trying to make something of the Magician Arcana, but we have no social link to the Magician. We only have the Fool right now, so there's nothing that's going to give us any additional power in this fusion process. Is this persona acceptable? Yes, it is. Let's do our very first persona fusion in the Persona a Day series.
So it begins.
I'm Nekomata. I'm getting up there in years, but I'll do my best to take care of you from now on. So that was our very first fusion. I just kind of wanted to let that play out without talking over it. We're going to see a lot more going forward. Yeah, that was the achievement, the first of many. So now we have Nekomata. And it's our only persona, so short of buying another copy of Epsaris, we're out of fusion potential right now, so there's not a whole lot we can do there. I do want to show here that since we just fused it, it was automatically registered to the compendium. That was mentioned in the tutorials, but now we've seen it ourselves, so we don't need to worry about, having forgotten to register our newly summoned persona. It's already in there for us.
Are you finished?
Is there anything else I can assist you with? Nope, I think that's covered everything the Velvet Room has to offer for today.
We look forward to your next visit.
So we leave the Velvet Room here. In this cool little tunnel here. And I'm going to save my game. I have not done that yet today, have I? That would be a lot of lost progress. Let's look again at what other people did and kind of see what we want to do with the rest of our afternoon time here. I don't really want to just go back to the dorm. I also don't really want to do anything that's going to spend a lot of money because we don't have a lot of money, so that probably rules out the arcade and karaoke and Wild Duck Burger and giving money at the offering. Okay. Who wants to go to the library? I think we can afford the library. And if we look at our stats here, is it our stats? I think it's our stats. We can see our social stats in here. We are that plain timid slacker. So maybe going to the library could help us be a little bit less of a slacker. Let's go elsewhere. There are quite a few places around, but that's another thing too. I want to explore the side corners and talk to everybody, but you don't talk to everybody in a single day, right? So, we'll talk to some people along the way, but I'm not going to, do what I'd said earlier and talk to every single person. I'm not going to roam the schools and the shrine and, Port Island Station and, talk to everybody in the game. We would be here for hours. We'll naturally encounter these people as we find them, so we'll see what we see. But we'll get there the normal way, too. It's like, I'm not just going to fast travel right to the library. We already talked to the people outside here. You can see they've already got the gray speech bubble, so we'll go back inside. Doesn't look like too many people to talk to here in the school lobby anyway. School store vendor here.
Welcome.
Hi there, welcome. Okay, so even here sells some things. We got various breads, apple strudel, yakisoba pan, a book cover. Nothing I think we're in the immediate market for, but nice to see some options. I mean, these are HP recovery items.
Come again.
Thanks.
Welcome.
Let's talk.
Oh, yes.
You seem interested in what we've got for sale. You must be new or a transfer student. We don't have a huge variety of bread, but they're all very popular. I prepare a lot of food for the kids who are doing club activities. I see someone with a blue speech bubble down there, and there's that part of my brain that's like, let's talk to that one. We're not going to go upstairs or anything like that today, but we'll talk to this earnest student. There are lots of classrooms here, but you knew that. That's very true. There are lots of classrooms, and I did know that. It's nice to be reminded by that, though. So, we've kind of toured the school sometime, last week I think it was. We've also got a map down in the corner for anybody paying attention there. Feel pretty good that this book icon is our library. A pale student here. I'm feeling sluggish from staying up so late, so I came to the nurse's office to take a nap. But that nurse gave me some weird medicine instead. It looked gross, so I turned it down. Only a brave soul would dare drink something like that. Yeah, being given weird medicine seems concerning. Oh, as far as people, you can see these murmurs here. It's like I could listen in on them, but since they are gray, we actually heard them talk last time we were here. Yeah, there's a saying, he who hunts two hares at once will catch neither. That means a student like you who's always trying to do two things at once will... That's something you did too, right, Teach? Last year you cheated you cheated on two girls you met at a group date and it ended in disaster. And in the end, both of them ditched you. Don't worry, I won't do the same thing. So I won't do something so lame. Well. So yeah, that's that. This is the nurse's office. It's the nurse's office. But it does give us the option to enter. Do we enter the nurse's office and see what... Yeah. I didn't plan to make this choice, but let's... Well, there's a greeting. Well, what brings you to the nurse's? Now, what do we have here? You seem rather tired. Is it a wound, a virus, a curse, or maybe love? This is the perfect opportunity to test my new concoction.
Well, then.
Well, we just don't seem to have a choice here. Maybe I should have gone to the library. Here, try this. It has bitter mugwort, poison carrot, henbane, jujube, rabbit's foot, etc., etc. So it's a mystery potion. Even Hakusan's finest alchemist would be astonished by these ingredients. I shall improve your condition right here and now.
All right.
Now drink this. Come on, bottoms up. The medicine Mr. Edogawa gave me smells incredibly bizarre. Should I drink it? This is that moment to pause. Like, a lot of my instinct is saying, don't do it. But this is also the school nurse. I mean, he's not going to do something dangerous to a student, right? We're a timid slacker. They said it takes bravery. I'm drinking it. He's a teacher. I'm going to trust him. I down the strange medicine, but nothing seems to have changed. I guess it's kind of good that nothing would change that drastically that quickly.
Good.
Phew, well done. He sounds more relieved than I would like to hear from someone giving me medicine. Okay. Whether or not it works is inconsequential. You survived. That's the bare minimum I'd expect from a medicine. You've already emptied your cup, but cheers to your bravery. All right, well, we're a little bit less timid now. Maybe not the most street smart,
Okay,
but...
then.
If you'll excuse me, Saturn is calling. I should use that somewhere. Oh, that didn't spend our time. Okay, well, now I feel like we came out ahead. I kind of expected that to be our afternoon, drinking mysterious medicine from the school nurse. So, we can still go to the library. I feel like that was a win. And again, no, this was a good happenstance. I did not plan this. For anybody that's like, oh, you read up on this. I'm lucky. It doesn't happen often. I'm going to enjoy it when I can. So now we are going to the library. It's the library. Studying here will help with my academics. Should I spend time studying in the library? Yes. That's the nice thing about kind of being this blank slate character. It's like, he needs everything. I mean, there's not a thing we can do to better him that's not going to be worthwhile. He needs academics. He needs bravery. You name it, he needs it. So there's never like, oh, I wasted my time. There are certainly things that are better uses of time than others, but all things are contributing to positive ends. I studied by myself in the library. I feel smarter after working on some difficult problems without giving up. All right. We're going to keep seeing these same social stats for a while. We're a plain timid slacker. But eventually we won't be. And that's why we're doing these things. It's getting dark out. I should wrap up and return to the dorm. So that's our afternoon time spent.
Welcome back.
Perfect timing. I'd like to speak with you for a moment. Regarding our exploration of Tartarus. Akihiko is still on the mend, so for now, I'd like you to lead the team in combat.
Let's see.
You never know what a powerful enemy will appear, when a powerful enemy might appear. Like the ones you faced on the other day. Like the one you faced the other day. Take two. You never know when a powerful enemy might appear, like the one you faced the other day. It's best to be prepared, or else you might find yourself in a difficult situation. So whenever you'd like to explore Tartarus, just let me know, and I'll gather everyone there. You may now venture into Tartarus at your discretion. Got a couple ways we can get there. And yes, because Tartarus is not available until the dark hour, time will pass if you decide to make the journey. Give yourself ample time to prepare. So that's just saying, in our evening here, going to Tartarus counts as our evening activity, so we don't get, an evening and the dark hour. Also, since I'm sure you have other things you will need to take care of, you have permission to go out at night if you need to. Well, that's all for now. Keep up the good work. You are now free to roam the city at night. Some businesses offer nighttime exclusive items and part-time jobs, so see what you can discover. Got lots of people here to talk to. Update today's save file. Akihiko's cleaning up his boxing gloves here. By the way, Officer Kurosawa can't experience the dark hour. He's just an ordinary policeman. That's a good point. I hadn't really thought to consider that. But he knows what we do, at least in a broad sense, and helps out where he can. Well, these are both fun questions I'd like to hear the answer to, but why does he help us?
Not at all.
Well, I don't know how he knows about our situation, but regardless, he seems to be simply following his own convictions and doing what he thinks is right. He's a good man. You should be glad to have him on our side. It helps. I mean, if Akihiko vouches for him, I trust Akihiko so far. Chairman Ikutsuki here.
Do you have some time?
You did very well for your first night in Tartarus. So, what'd you think of it? I mean, we were kind of on rails, so it wasn't that hard, but it was also definitely eerie. The sights, the sounds, the creatures we encountered, it was eerie.
Yes.
Yes, I agree. That tends to be a natural first impression when entering such a mysterious tower. We'll loop back to talk to Mitsuru, since we might consider going to the tower. Start with TV here. Let's see what's on TV. And there has been no further information. Investigators are facing a difficult case since there were no witnesses. This is the 12th instance of this sort of mysterious incident. A team of investigators is working hard to track down any leads. Sounds dramatic. Tartarus just drains me for some reason. You know how the air is thin like on the top of a mountain? It feels kind of like that. What about you, Shima-kun? It was. I mean, it took a lot out of us.
Yeah.
You too, huh? I guess we'll just have to slowly get used to it. That we will. And Junpei,
That
got that casual backwards cap going on. Hey, you know that thing we used to summon our personas? The evoker? Well, I was thinking, why's it gotta look like a gun? I mean, you gotta be a little nutty to point a gun at your own head and pull the trigger, you know? 100% agree with you there. Chat, don't do that. I mean, that should go without saying, but I'm gonna say it anyway. Obvious. Don't do it. Stupid. Don't do it. I did also want to check this network again. We have an interesting split here. We had 61% of people go to Tartarus and 39% of people choose a different route. Honestly, there is a part of me that, is considering not doing Tartarus, but something else I want to do on this playthrough is limit my time in Tartarus. I mean, there are strategies to make the most of your time and go to Tartarus and just play for hours and, spend one night doing as much as you can in Tartarus. And that's great, but it kind of feels unnatural to our playthrough. I mean, the Dark Hour is an hour after all, so at most I want to spend, no more than an hour in Tartarus. And that's going to require, more visits than a normal playthrough, which is lost opportunities for other social options, but again, this is a year-long playthrough. It kind of just keeps the adventure going, so that's my stance on things, and it's my stream, so let's see where we go with that. Yeah, it's interesting to see. A lot of people, they worked at the cafe, they got some ramen, they went to the arcade. Some just called it quits and went to sleep. I don't want to say that's the best use of time, but I'm not here to judge how people want to spend their time. Well, let's see. We've been streaming for a little while now. That's the other thing about these first few ventures into Tartarus. We don't have a lot of resources at our disposal. We don't have healing items. We don't have SP recovery items, so there are going to be things that'll naturally limit us anyways. I think if you guys are up to keep watching, yeah, let's go to Tartarus tonight. Is something the matter? Well, let's start and chat with her and just see what she has to say.
Oh, right.
You may go out at night, but please use appropriate discretion with this privilege. It's true. Yeah, we need to be responsible out there. What's everyone's status?
All right.
Everyone can go tonight. That's another fun thought, too. People have lives and obligations and commitments, so there may be nights when it's like, oh, Yukari's busy with something else. She won't be able to join us tonight. So it's kind of worth keeping tabs on who's available when and where. But with that, let's go to Tartarus.
Yes.
Very well. We'll meet at Tartarus around midnight. Don't be late. I'll let the others know. As we walk to Tartarus, I'm going to grab some water real quick.
As we explore Tartarus, this will be our temporary base of operations.
Okay. Not muted anymore. Okay, she just said, this is going to be our base. This is where we were yesterday when we were starting out the exploration.
I'm counting on you to take charge during the operation.
I'll be responsible. So yes, we have the option to kind of give direction to our party here. We can tell them to act freely. Full assault, they'll prioritize attacks, conserve their SP, which has some good use earlier on. Healing and support can be good at times. Direct commands will let me decide what they're doing. And I can check the various statuses and things here. So as far as tactics go, it's strategically more viable, I think, a lot of times to have direct command, but I kind of like to play Persona where other people are other people. That's not to say there aren't going to be times where it's going to be necessary to kind of step in and say, Junpei, I really need you to use a healing item here, so that's what I want you to do. But for the most part, I kind of want to leave them to be them. It's a challenge at times. They might not always do exactly what I want, but I'm me, they're them. Let's just kind of enjoy it that way, right? So I'm going to leave the tactics on act freely, I believe. And we're going to commit to this save. You can see in the corner we've already got our party of myself, Yukari, and Junpei. Even just being inside Tartarus is exhausting for some reason, isn't it? Do you think it's because we're getting a workout doing all this? Well, I guess it doesn't matter. I was just curious. And yeah, she's already in our party, so telling her to stay on standby would actually take her out, so our only other option is let me think about it. Junpei here.
Hey.
I wish there was a convenience store inside Tartarus. That'd be something, wouldn't it? They could have all kinds of stuff, and we wouldn't have to worry about going hungry. I wish the Kirijo group would really make one here. Come on, let's get going. And I actually don't see Akihiko around unless my eyes deceive me, so we'll end talking to Mitsuru here. Everyone has their own unique fighting style. There are those who prefer to go on the offense, and others who prioritize defense. It's up to you to decide how you want us to act in battle. I have high expectations for you. I'll sit here and provide support. Is there anything I can do for you? What is our progress? The furthest you've gotten is floor 2. Please explore as much of Tartarus as you can. Anything else? Nope. Yep, that one-way teleporter the other night brought us back here. And it, in its name was a one-way teleporter. So, we're climbing the steps and doing it the traditional way. Here we go, into Tartarus, night number 2.
Oh, that reminds me.
That's a good point. We do need to kind of have a goal more than just go in there and see what happens. Let's discuss our first goal for this exploration. According to our research, Tartarus is divided into several different regions. If we continue to climb the tower, then we will eventually reach a spot that leads to a new area. Reaching that spot should be our first goal.
All right.
Are you all ready? I'm ready. Remember, don't push yourself too hard. You can always use the teleporters to return. You can always go back to the highest floor you've reached that day. Ah yes, here, take this. If you ever find yourself in danger, don't hesitate to use them. Okay, we've got some good supplies here. We never did any, shopping, at the pharmacy. It might have been a bit of a strategic misstep, but we've got some medical powder, a revival bead, and some Trafuri gems. That's all from my end. Good luck.
Leader.
Each floor's dimensions may vary, but don't feel compelled to explore every inch of each new layout. Rushing directly for the stairs is a completely viable strategy. I leave that choice to your discretion. There's how to run. The consequence of running is we're more noticeable.
Alright, just leave everything to yours truly.
All right, let's get into this. We've got our fancy new sandals on that I bought for everybody. Kind of watching the mini map here, and you can see, we've got a glowy structure.
Isn't this the school hallway? Now it's all distorted and creepy.
That's an interesting point. I just walk up and smash this thing. I mean, this is the school. Are there any consequences to breaking things here in Tartarus that will affect the school when it isn't Tartarus? And no, I'm not just off on a vandalizing crusade here. There are potential useful things that'll come from these, so. Just nothing yet. There, okay. That one had a life stone for us. The more healing options we can get, the better. Oh, I can see a shadow in here. And at this rate, it's going to see us, too.
Hey, there's a treasure chest!
Okay, I didn't think we got behind him, but it says we snuck up on him. So we got some cowardly Mayas here.
This may be a good test of your skill.
What does my persona know? I've got Agi, Rakunda, which lowers the defense, and Dia, which is a healing spell.
Never mind.
We don't know anything about this version of the Maya other than it's got 83 hit points, 20 SP. We don't know any of its weaknesses or skills other than it's going to use strike attacks. So I think I'm going to just use a basic attack right now. Conserve my SP and attack. Okay.
The enemy's down.
That was weak, so we know that this one is weak to that as well.
Weak to slashes.
And if we remember yesterday learning about all-out attacks, if we can knock down both enemies,
The enemy's down. Let's finish
this
this.
gives us the option for an all-out attack.
Let's do it.
Just like that. Okay, and so now Shuffle Time is a reward after certain bits of combat where we can choose various cards that show up. Here we have two choices. We've got the level 1 coin card for a little bit of money, or the Persona Angel of the Justice Arcana. And you can see that it's new. It's got that flashing above it. It's a persona we do not yet have. I'm definitely going to pick that up. Acquired the Persona Angel. Done and dusted. We get some experience. Yukari and Junpei both leveled up. That's huge.
Oh, pretty well.
And we survived. And we found a treasure. With another life stone. So this new persona we picked up. Let's take a look. This is Angel, the level 4 Justice. It knows Garu, which if we remember from yesterday was Yukari's wind ability. So now we've got one more element on our side. We can resist light and thunder damage, but we are weak to darkness. And the background for Angel. 9th of the 9 orders of angels, the Watchers who never sleep. Among these are the guardian angels who are assigned to every human at birth. And now part of our soul. So, let's continue on. Another shadow in here. They move so quick, and I don't want to shy away, but I want to take all the advantages I can get as well.
A shadow!
There's 2. Here's your chance to attack.
This is a muttering tiara.
The enemy's weakness to win.
So, okay, we know this is weak to wind. We know that it's not really bothered by slashing, piercing, or fire. And we don't know what its reactions are to everything else. Now, there's a part of me that, is going to consider... yeah, let's just keep going with this all-out attack strategy and go over to Angel here. Even is nice enough to mark. Garu has, an advantage here.
The enemy's down.
Down that one. We're going to do the same thing again. And rinse and repeat. Another all-out attack. All right. Coins, wands, or another new persona, Pixie. While they're still new, I'm going to prioritize picking up the personas. That's just going to, broaden our options that much more. So we've acquired the persona Pixie. As I do with a new persona, we're going to stop by and check out what it knows. We reached level 4. That's nice. More HP, more SP. We're getting stronger, guys.
Perfecto.
Perfecto. Pixie, level 2, Lovers. It knows Dia, their healing spell, and Pulimpa, a high chance to confuse one foe. It's weak to ice with resistance to electricity. Pixie, it's a friendly fairy of the forest that tend to hide from humans. They like to play tricks on lazy people. It's said that they are the souls of the dead, unbaptized children. So there you go. A Thelbel Lantern. Another life stone.
Oh, stairs!
These are the stairs. So we've explored everything floor 2 has to offer, I should say.
Well, about that.
You're likely to find a plethora of these strange mineral deposits scattered through Tartarus. Supposedly, these formations are crystallized remains of shadows. There's sure to be useful materials inside them. When you find them, try cracking it open. Okay, so kind of jumped the gun on that one there. And I guess it's good to hear that they are crystallized remnants of shadows, so we're not just destroying school property as we do this.
Hope we don't run into any creeps here.
It's true, I guess we don't know what we're going to run into here.
We got ourselves a shadow here.
There's 2. Here's your chance to attack.
This one's weak to ice. We don't really have... Do we have any ice abilities? Actually, Pixie might be ice. Nope, I was wrong. Well, this is okay.
Never mind.
Looks like the enemy's weak to ice.
It is weak to ice, but we don't know anything else, so I'm going to slash it and see what we can learn from that. Nope, just normal damage. I'd kind of forgotten about these tactics. So, for now, we're just going to have Junpei attack as well. A nice strong hit. Yukari, we're going to give her the same direction, so that's one down. That's that dodge. Those are those sandals paying off. Let me change these tactics for our people. I talked about giving them free will. Now they can act as they see fit. I don't want to be that micromanaging leader. I'll only step in if it actually feels like we need to do that.
What's next? What to do?
Let's give Garu a shot and see what we can learn. It hit, not hard.
All right,
Junpei just takes it out. 2 masks of cruelty and some experience.
All right then, moving on.
If only Shadow showed up during class. Then I'd have a legit reason to skip.
Could you please stop thinking nonsense and focus on the upcoming battle?
I like the little bits of party banter they have. It's more like a real group here instead of just that old typical RPG of everybody following in a straight line and only talking in cutscenes.
A shadow!
there's 2. Here's your chance to attack.
We know this one's weak to slashing
What's next?
Go for the enemy's weakness to win.
and wind on this one, so we could knock them both down here.
All right, the enemy's down.
Hit the other one with wind. That gives us our all-out attack.
Now, you're on a roll!
Bear with me as I narrate some of this too. Hopefully it's interesting to you. I kind of want to, give you my thoughts and not just stand there staring blankly at the screen. We're on this together, so. Interesting little tidbit here. So yes, if we have the persona that shows up already, then everything of that arcana in our inventory is going to gain experience instead. We can't have 2 copies of Angel, but if we pick Angel here, then Angel gets a bit more experience. Or if I pick wands, then Junpei, Yukari, and I will gain experience. I kind of think as low level as everybody is, we want the experience for now. A few spoils of war, some experience.
Let's do the same thing for our next fight.
That would be ideal, wouldn't it?
Oh, can we go up those stairs?
I know we can go up the stairs here, and maybe we should, but at these low levels where things aren't especially strong, I kind of feel like it's to our advantage to get the experience we can. And if I guess there's
All right, we've covered everything on this floor.
there's nothing else in here, and we get that
We've seen all there
reminder.
is to see. Should we get going now?
We should, but we should also take this treasure chest that we would have missed. This guard band. Okay, this is an accessory, of which we're all lacking. This gives us +1 endurance. I kind of want to see in our stats here who is the most hurting for endurance. I kind of want to even us up here. And that would be in her persona. Yes, it would. So Yukari's got 2 endurance here. Junpei, he's got Hermes with 4. And I've got 3. I mean, I could always change out my persona to something else. Oh, and I guess I just realized while we're looking at Junpei's and Yukari's personas, we have Hermes, the magician, here for Junpei. A messenger god who served Zeus. His winged sandals allowed him to fly, and he was worshipped as a god of travel and commerce. He's also known as a trickster, being able to freely cross between the mortal and godly realms. I can see Junpei kind of being a trickster. And we've got the lovers here for Yukari. This is Io, a priestess in service of the goddess Hera. When Zeus fell in love with her, he transformed her into a cow to hide her from Hera, but Hera saw through this ruse. She was rescued by Hermes and escaped across the sea to safety. Interesting connection between the personas there. Hermes and Io here. But roundabout, tangent aside, we get this new equipment. We're going to give it to Yukari. a nice heart choker, but the guard band is going to do more. Let's run a little bit here, save a little bit of time, because like I say, we're not going to spend our entire real life in here. We're going to make the dark hour no more than an hour, and then we're going to wrap this up. I keep a running record on hand of each area you explore. After you've established a route, navigating you through it again should be no issue. However, due to Tartarus's changing nature, these records become useless the next time you visit. So yes, this just talks about the map and the mini-map there. These floors will stay the same if we return to them today, but if we come back tomorrow, they'll be totally different.
It's a treasure chest.
This is that fine line of I want to rush that shadow, but I don't want to, rush in and give it the advantage either. Yeah, kind of like that. See, we don't get that sneak attack now, so
You can handle them.
thankfully we are faster.
Weakness to win.
And yes, I know we've seen this encounter a few times, but I still like needing that little bit of check and reminder of, okay, what's weak to what here? Please bear with me as I deal with it. They're all knocked down, all out attack. It's getting kind of formulaic, but that's how early games are, right? And sorry to belatedly acknowledge you, Elizabeth. Thank you so much for the follow. Oh, okay, we've got a couple options here. We've got Pixie, we've got the skill card Dia, and we've got some money. It's nice to have the ability to give something else a healing ability, so I'm kind of tempted there. But we also talked about just how limited our cash is right now and how much equipment we'd kind of like to look at, so I think I'm going to prioritize that since we do already have some other healing options. I'm going to take the money. 940 yen. Not an earth-shattering amount, but I'm not going to turn it down. We all 3 leveled up, that's nice. Junpei's got the power of Agi now, so we can rely on him for some fire support. Literally.
Do the same thing for our next fight. Can we slow down for a sec? Hey, don't leave me behind!
What's up, you?
I didn't want to interrupt him, but this was our chance. Oh. Interesting, with that level up, that puts them a little faster than we are, so they get to do their actions before us now.
Takeba, finish the enemy.
And you'll notice there that, Yukari used a skill that the enemy was weak to and knocked it down, and then used the skill again. And using that same weakness over and over again will not keep granting you extra turns, so you can't just, stun lock an enemy, basically, and keep using something it's weak to.
Looks like the enemy's weak to ice.
These are both weak to ice, so I'm just going to conserve my SP and use a regular attack. Take one in retaliation.
Yuri avoided the attack. Great show of skill. One more to go. Yuri's taken one down. You won.
So we took a little bit more punishment in that fight than the last few. That's going to happen. I mean, yeah.
Okay, let's keep on exploring.
If it was all easy, it wouldn't be that much fun, right? But I do want to keep tabs on where our health is at. I have a bad habit in games of hoarding consumables and never using them. They're most valuable now, so we're just going to stay ahead of some damage here. I don't want to not heal Yukari here, but as a percent of HP goes, she doesn't seem to have taken as much punishment as the rest of us, so we'll top her off once she needs it a bit more. Found another life stone here. That's always nice. Oh, look.
One teleporter sighted. It'll take us back to the entrance, but I'm down to keep going.
Yeah, I think we're okay for now. It's nice to see that option, though, as a place to go. Nice fork in the road. I see some treasure on our mini-map here. I don't see any any enemies in here, which
Something nice inside.
I like that as well. Ooh, we got a glowing box here with some cure water.
shadow!
We got
Group
the
of
upper
3, you
stuck on
have the initiative.
I like Junpei using his power slash ability, but something to note is, that's a physical skill, so that actually costs him HP to be using.
We can do it!
Good. That's one less to worry about.
So these are both weak to wind.
What to do?
Balancing our resources. I mean, burning through our SP is going to leave us in a limited state, but taking too much damage is going to, run through our items as well. So
This is our chance.
we're going to just keep knocking things down. We play as far as we can, and once the team needs to rest, that's where we rest. We've got the skill card Baisudi, which honestly I can't quite remember what that does. We've got Pixie and we've got money. Like I said before last time when we were kind of faced with a similar choice, we need the money, we're going to take the money. 820 yen that time. All adds up.
Doing pretty well.
It did. Another life stone.
Down the stairs.
We got the stairs. You'll see on our map here, you can see we've got a nice red dot back near where we entered. I'm not going to go back for that, but just know that if I were to backtrack long distances, there are times where enemies will respawn, so it does kind of disincentivize, or I guess at times incentivize, going back.
Looks like we've mapped everything on this floor. It's up to you whether to continue or not.
Since we've seen all there is to see, should we get going now?
We probably should, but we've got a treasure chest here. Another guard band, that's huge. If Junpei's been spending HP on his attacks, the less damage he takes, with a little bit more endurance, the better, so he gets our next one.
Let's see.
Let's just head up the stairs here and keep climbing. All right, something different.
Careful. The enemy's nearby.
I'm detecting a powerful enemy up ahead. Everyone stay sharp.
Let's see.
Judging by the frequency of the signal, this is undoubtedly a stronger foe. It would be a wise decision to regroup before approaching.
That's...
That device there. We may be able to use it. Do check it out. Giant device. The console is displaying a series of numbers. I see. Go ahead and select the first floor on that device. That should bring you back.
I knew it. Those devices are teleporters. They're portals that are all connected to one another. Once activated, you should be able to travel between any of the other devices. Be sure to activate any you come across. They'll be quite useful during future expeditions.
So a nice distinction here. Not everything we find is going to be a single-use teleporter. These are kind of act as checkpoints and give us that escape option and that restarting option, so we're not climbing from the very bottom of the tower every time. Couple things while we're back on the first floor here. First off, save often. I want to stop in and check on the Velvet Room here since we got those new persona. Let's get them registered to the compendium.
Marvelous.
I can sense that the power growing within you stems from the bonds you have forged and nurtured since. Here, it may not mean much, but this is my gift to you. Please accept it. A Twilight Fragment. We remember the other day that helped us open one of those uniquely locked chests. Thank you, Elizabeth.
I'm looking forward to it.
I still cannot foresee the limits of your potential. I look forward to witnessing you grow even further.
How may I assist you?
Jealous. As you're going to see a lot throughout this playthrough, let's update our compendium first and foremost.
Registering, I see.
Yep. Obviously, this angel that we currently have is a little stronger than what's in the compendium.
I've completed registration.
So we'll update that one. And Nekomata here. What's that? 10 experience points stronger.
Will you register it to the compendium?
That's 10 points closer, so yes.
All registered.
Let's look at fusions.
Let's begin.
Remember that fusion search we learned about?
Well then.
This just gives us a list of everything that we can make with the persona that we have with us. So you can see if I wanted to make Aramitama here, I would be fusing Nekomata and Pixie.
Take all the time you need to consider.
You'll also see by these Arcana, we've got Emperor, Hierophant, and Chariot, that none of those we have any bonuses to, so we don't get anything extra by considering them, but we have that knowledge. And you can also see that all 3 of these are unregistered. We've got low-level Nekomata here. Aramitama sounds pretty nice. We found Pixie, so I think we'll probably run into a few more of those. And since we can't have the same persona, multiple times in our inventory, I think it's to our benefit to fuse out and try to make Aramitama here.
This power might be too much for you.
Except, I forgot about that part. I got a little greedy. You'll see that Aramitama here is level 6. And you can see up in the left corner that Tom Shima, that I'm only level 5. So I can't make a persona that's a higher level than I am. So, I guess those options I thought we don't quite have just yet. That's fine.
Very well.
We're armed with information now.
We look forward to your next visit.
We've still got a little bit of time here. I think the party's still in good enough shape. I'll take stock of our current HP, but let's look at those stronger foes that we just encountered and see what we can do. We found a couple life stones along the way. Yukari might not really need a lot of HP right now, but I'd rather err on the side of caution and start in good shape than to have to claw back later. So let's use this to return to level 5. Stay safe out there. That's always our goal. Yeah, just like that, we're right back where we left off. Those are those strong enemies we saw in that cutscene.
All right.
It's enemy territory up ahead. Are you ready for battle? Let's go. If you're not going to move, then we'll make you.
This is beyond the level of an ordinary shadow. Watch yourselves.
Nice.
Enemy down. Let's keep that up, Yuri.
And thank you, Iori, for hitting both of them. He knocked them both down for us, so same logic, all-out attack time. That was a good hit. I think we all felt that one. I'm glad we topped off, some HP before the fight.
The enemy's weakness is fire.
And we do know that, and we're going to take advantage of that. I've got somebody that's got fire, right? Yeah, I've got Nekomata here. Come on out, Agi.
This is our chance.
Just like that, you see, we've got him knocked down again. We're going to keep running into him here. One to go. Nice.
Now let's move on.
Big XP there. That's level 6, and 5 for Yukari and Junpei there.
This I can fight even better.
Some new stats, a new skill, Patra there. I think that's for curing certain status ailments.
Nicely done.
Well done, everyone. That was a formidable opponent. Heh, okay. My stunning performance aside, aren't all of us totally on the same wavelength now? Let's not bring up your stunning performance ever. And I'd rather not be on the same wavelength as you either. Ooh, harsh. I do think we worked well together, though. Why not? Teamwork makes the dream work, right?
Jeez.
Well, I guess you have a point. Let's keep up the good work, Shima-kun. We're doing good work for a new team. Let's keep up the pace. Right now, Tartarus is our only lead to unravel the mystery behind the Dark Hour. Alrighty, then let's just keep on moving.
I guess not all of them are totally weak, but they still don't stand a chance against me.
You know, we just leveled up. We wanted to make that level 6 persona. Let's do that now. Let's remember where that teleporter is.
Welcome to the Velvet Room.
So say it with me. We're going to start with registration.
Registering, I see. Will you register it to the compendium? I've completed registration.
That's all of our registration. So now we're going to fuse.
What kind of persona do you desire?
Let's get that Aramitama.
This would be a wise choice.
All right, that gives us resistance to bashing damage and fire damage, but makes us weak to wind. Aramitama, one of the 4 aspects of Shinto thought. It has the power to grant ferocity. It is said to aid in one's bravery, growth, and endeavors, though it can lead in a negative direction.
Please choose what skills to inherit.
So we've got 3 skills already, with the inheritance of 1 more. Now we get to make a choice. I tend to not use status effects super often. There's a lot to be said for lowering the foe's defense at times. We've got Junpei on our team for Agi. So I'm kind of, loath to give up, one of my elementals, but having that option to heal the party is... you need it in a pinch. So I think I want to take Dia with us.
It seems no new powers have been bestowed upon you.
Yes, this persona is acceptable.
A new power emerges.
Now if we find another pixie, we've got room in our inventory to add it back to the party. And if we wanted to resummon Nekomata, we could do that from the compendium. And we're 1 persona richer now that we've got Aramitama. I am Aramitama. Burn with rage. Let it empower you. Together we shall ravage the battlefield. That's all we can make for now.
Finished? We look forward to your next visit.
We've still got a little bit of time to keep going here, so I'm going to keep climbing just a little bit further. Like I said, our time is a limited resource, so I don't want to waste what we have.
Salut.
So we're going back to floor 5 to keep climbing. But I also mentioned that, we're not going to be sitting here for the next, 3 hours doing this. We've probably got a couple more floors in us before that'll be enough time. That'll be the 1 hour of the dark hour.
Hey, there's a treasure chest.
You gotta like it. A bead. Beads are valuable, useful items. Every item I find is valuable and useful, but this is going to fully restore HP to 1 ally. So this is kind of our emergency. Something's gone terribly wrong option.
How's work?
It would seem your enemies grow stronger with every floor. Despite the imminent danger, it stands to reason we've gained valuable experience. Let's continue on. I also want to check which persona I've currently got equipped. We have Aramitama equipped. Knock 'em dead. So, let's go. Treasure.
Hey, let's loot that chest.
An odd morsel. What a dubious description. In battle, restores 150 HP to 1 ally. Low chance of a side effect. Ah, some sort of gamble healing item then. Is it waiting for us, or is it going to turn? Kinda looks like...
Is that?
It looks like it's a tutorial here. There's a shadow up ahead. I'll take this opportunity to teach you about shifting.
Let's do this.
get ready, here it comes. I'll provide you with support as well.
All right. Let me tell you about a new tactic called shifting. When you knock an enemy down, shifting allows you to leverage that opening to let someone else take action. Once you do, your offense can follow up with whoever you passed your action to. If you can coordinate well with your team, you'll be able to claim victory with even greater efficiency. You should all be experienced enough to pull this off now. Go ahead and give it a try.
All right. So yes, if we can hit that one more, hit the weakness, that gives us the shift option, which passes our turn on to the next party member, so they continue where we left off. So that's kind of nice if, say, there's two enemies, one's weak to fire and one's weak to wind. If I have fire and I can knock it down with fire, then I can shift off to Yukari, who can then use wind, and just like that, we've got an all-out attack on our hands.
Go for the enemy's weakness to win.
Yeah, we've got two enemies weak to wind and one weak to slashing. So if I were to slash this one, that should give me one more.
All right, the enemy's down.
And then I can shift, and it even tells me here that Yukari's got something that the enemy is weak to. So we pass off to Yukari. And a cool cutscene there. There's no I in team was that achievement. So yes, then she gets a turn.
That's an enemy down.
And again. So you can kind of see the fun level of strategy in these kind of battles and knowing enemy weaknesses and advantages to knock them all down and, be rewarded for that strategic planning. There you go. That is one whole
Well done. Let's continue exploring.
Major Arcana cards. Sometimes we will see the major arcanas as well as the minor cards there. So there's only one per day. And you can see the bottom corner of this Arcana Burst. We've got 2 open slots for major Arcana cards. And if we can get them both, then a lot of those level 1 wands and other cards we've been finding, they'd be level 2 for the remainder of the day. So, much as I'd like to pick up another copy of Apsaris, we're going to take the Fool Arcana here, which also has the nice benefit of giving us increased experience for the remainder of our time in Tartarus today. Kind of wish I'd found that a little earlier in the run, but you take what you can get. So we obtain the Fool Arcana, which you can see down in the lower left corner now. And we get more experience.
Nice.
Aw, snap. It'd be sweet if I could pull this kind of thing off a lot, huh? In combat, you should be as coordinated as possible. Put it to good use. Yes, that should broadens our abilities and our options in combat now. I'm kind of appreciating the simple layouts here. I have that tendency to want to see it all, as you've obviously picked up on so far. Almost walked right into that shadow.
I spy the treasure.
We got a treasure and a shadow here. Let's make the most of it.
We got
Group
the
of
upper
3.
hand.
You have the initiative.
We got 3 different shadows here. Weak to slashing, weak to ice, and weak to wind. I'll lead off with the slash, pass off to Yukari, and then don't have a whole lot for the other. Well, actually, what are my personas now? Nope, we have no ice. Okay. The original plan it is.
All right, the enemy's down.
Your turn, Yukari.
That's an enemy down.
Thanks. Nice to have her support there. Top us back off. And yes, you see she's going again, because that was actually my turn she was finishing off, so now it's actually her real turn.
Yuri's taken one down.
And you'll see there that Junpei is resistant to fire. His persona's affinity is fire, so he takes less damage from said attack.
Go for the enemy's weakness to win.
I don't really have anything on my person that can do a whole lot with this one, so I think I'm going to damage it now because Yukari's most likely to be able to take that one out with her skills.
Excellent. You avoided it.
Here comes Garu. It wasn't weak, but we've got that information now. We've got that knowledge of the fact that it's not resistant to it either. I think we're pretty good on HP, so let's pick up another copy of Pixie here. They're both level 6 as well now. Another new skill for Junpei here. And that's Bash. That's a different damage type, so that's one more thing we can leverage in potential weaknesses for the enemy.
Yeah!
Another life stone. You can never have too many.
All right,
Let's get a move on,
We're on floor 7 already. Feels like we're just flying up this tower, doesn't it? Not that we have any frame of reference on how tall the tower itself is, but I feel like 7 floors so far is good progress for 2 days. And the fact that we feel like we're holding our own, we're not... I don't feel like our back's against the wall in anything thus far. Not that I'm trying to jinx it here.
enemy down. Keep that up, Glory.
Wow, good job,
Let's
Junpei.
kick some ass! Let us have it, fellas!
You gotta love it, just seeing the smart party member there able to step up and run the table, as it were. Just totally clear the field. Okay, we could take an additional accuracy and evasion buff for the next battle, or a new persona, Silky. For me, this is a no-brainer. We take the new persona. We have Silky.
Try kick ass!
That's the game, is his tagline there. We found a turquoise and a hellish bow tie. What makes it a hellish bow tie, I wonder?
Nice going, Junpei.
So, we've got Silky here. Weak to fire, weak to electricity, but strong to ice. And we've got the ability to attack with ice now, so we've got one more bit of repertoire there. It's going to learn Dia at level 6. As far as background goes, Silky, a fairy of England and Scotland. She carries out household chores while everyone sleeps and is a welcome spirit. It is said you can hear her silk skirt rustle as she works. So, a good spirit to have haunting your place. A good addition to our team.
You gotta run, bite, and climb stairs. You know, I'm actually pretty fit, huh?
I wonder. Maybe we're this strong because of the power of our personas.
That could be
Maybe
part of
not.
it. But surely our core self is also part of it.
Treasure?
It is, but it's also an enemy. Let's focus on the threat first.
Too weak. You have the initiative.
Wow, good job,
Last one!
Yuri's taken one down. Just one target left. Finish this.
I could swap over to ice, but it's so weak that I'm going to conserve resources and just finish it this way.
Well done. Let's continue exploring.
And that's a wrap, folks.
Another odd morsel. Checking my corners here, seeing what sort of resources I could stock up on.
Down the stairs.
Oh, that reminds me.
How are you feeling? You're not likely to make much meaningful progress when you're worn down. Be sure to recover if your health is low. It isn't prudent to risk your well-being unnecessarily. Yes, there's other ways we can heal.
It's a treasure chest.
I see a target over here.
A shadow!
We've seen these. It's Junpei's time to shine.
Enemy down. Keep that up, Glory.
I am kind of watching. You can see all three of us. We've got that yellow bar of our skill points there. We're all getting kind of low.
Here's done for.
That's bound to happen at this point in the game. We don't have a lot of recovery options, but that is also going to be a natural limiter. I mean, we're running nearly out of time in our Dark Hour playthrough as it is, so we're going to want the experience here.
I kick ass, huh?
You did.
Let's do the same thing for our next fight.
Lots of branching corners in this area.
Shadow spotted. What's the plan?
We got
Group of 3. Copy initiative. Yuri's taken one down.
I like Junpei's enthusiasm there, but since that enemy was weak to both fire and slashing, kinda would have been cool for him to just keep up slashing. But he's his own man. It's his choice.
You won. Now let's move on.
There's that Apsaris card again we were kind of hoping for. If we can take these cards for free from drops here, we don't have to buy them out of our compendium, and this gives us just more materials for Persona fusions later.
Don't push yourself too hard.
Ah,
I'm
yes.
running low on stamina.
Yeah, that's kind of that verbal reminder of, okay, you know, our SP is getting kind of low. This is gonna... You're gonna want to be aware of that in the future.
Ooh, maybe there's something.
We got that nice treasure, but oh, it was kind of generous there. I don't think I got the sneak attack in on that one, but it says I did. I'm not gonna argue.
Enemy down. Keep that up, Yuri. The enemy's down. Good hit.
Two guys.
Yuri's taken one down.
Just one left.
Nice one, Yuki-san.
All right, we get to end this up with an all-out attack. It's kind of nice too on these all-out attacks. I don't know if you've noticed that whoever causes the attack, they get to kind of be the featured character here. So this time it was Yukari's turn. I want the money here. It's not a lot, 690.
We did it.
There you have it.
Nailed it. Nice going, Junpei.
All right. I'm just gonna keep Yukari healed up. Another nice rare treasure here. Some more cure water. I guess when time is limited, I should be
Is that treasure?
moving along too. It's not just here for a leisurely stroll through Tartarus.
Shadow spotted. What's the plan?
There's different angles and vantage points. Plans to hopefully get behind it. And we did. You can see both Junpei and Yukari there down to single digits for their SP.
I won't lose.
It's just kind of going to be a nice natural limiting factor. It's like,
Takeba finished the enemy.
I don't think there's any more points for Garu out of Yukari now, so that's the less win support we have now, unless I use it myself.
Yuri looks pretty exhausted. Are you all right?
Oops. Got a bit carried away there. Hey, it's the stairs.
That shift in tone. Well, now it's that challenge. I mean, no, we're at the stairs. I don't really want to double back. We need to be cautious and aware of our surroundings here.
All right, let's keep moving.
Yeah, it's true. There may have been a teleporter down that road not taken, but
Yo, there's a shadow.
these are the dice we're rolling, I guess. New enemies here.
Two. Here's your chance to attack.
Not weak to fire. Not weak to piercing.
This may be a good test of your skill.
If we assume that Junpei is either going to use slashing attack or his bash attack, perhaps I should try a different ability.
This may be a good test of your
So,
skill.
really anything that's not fire we can try.
What to do?
Bufu we could consider. Another Bufu. Or Garu. Let's try Garu. We know Yukari can't support us with that. That was not the right choice, but now we know.
Yuri's taken one down.
Okay. She's resistant to that since that's her element. Let's just keep learning things here. Let's call out Silky here and try Bufu. Alright. So it's weak to ice.
It's
Let's
over.
continue exploring. Takeba's running low on stamina.
I think I might have overdone it.
It might be repetitive, but it is nice to have some of those voiced reminders, because I just think, okay, yeah, Junpei's getting a little low on HP there. That is something I have some control over right now. But I am also kind of going to be looking for a teleporter if we happen upon one.
Here's your chance to attack. Yuri's taken one down.
What to do?
All right, you won.
All right,
Great
quick
work.
fight there.
Takeba's running low on stamina.
I think I might have overdone it.
Ooh, here's a teleporter.
That will take us to the entrance. Should we head back?
Takeba is severely exhausted. Perhaps we ought to head back.
I do have a little bit more SP left. Not a lot. I mean, healing us off here put me right on that edge. Here's what I think we should do. I think let's look for another enemy on this floor. Since we're all full on HP, we don't have a lot of skill potential to use, but we can just get that little bit more... Oh. As I'm talking, let's go the right way. But yeah, let's find another enemy, get a couple more resources if we can, and then consider taking that teleporter out.
Oh, can we go up those stairs?
All right. So that instantly undoes that strategy for me. I might be able to continue, but there's that part of me that wonders. I mean, there's that thought of what if the next floor is kind of one of those checkpoint floors, but what if it's not? We've got a teleporter here and we are low on resources. I think since we've already been in Tartarus, as long as we were trying to limit this to a dark hour, I'm going to wrap it up here. We're going to take the teleporter and we're going to head back.
All right.
Roger that. We are going to save it. We're going to stop by the Velvet Room. I kind of like to end times in Tartarus, topping off my compendium, considering what fusions are available to me, just seeing where it puts us.
Welcome to the Velvet Room.
This also gives me another point to talk about as far as registering personas goes.
Registering, I see.
You'll see our Apsaris level 2 here. This is the current version of Apsaris we have with us. This level 2 needs 81 points to level up. Here is what we have registered already. It's also level 2, but only needs 62 points to level up. So in this instance, it's actually better probably not to register, because we'd actually be replacing the one in our compendium with a weaker version. So it's not always a good idea to just drop in and register everything. Like in this case, Aramitama, of course, could be updated.
Completed registration.
And Silky here, we don't have anything but the base version, so which only gained a little bit of experience.
Is overriding acceptable?
We'll do that.
Completed registration.
But we're not going to register Apsaris.
I too.
So if we look at our fusion options, we have lots of choices now. We're still only level 6, so we have that illusion of choice since everything up here is 7 and above, but we've just got more cards in our hand, as it were, so once we level a bit more, we can get a few different persona in our team.
Take all the time.
That will be
you
nice.
need to consider.
But that will also
Are you
be
finished?
a different day.
We look forward to your next visit.
So we'll head back to the lobby here. We're not going to be climbing the tower anymore for today. We've already talked to everybody. I'm going to save it right here in case this is where we end up loading in tomorrow. And we are going to tell it to go back, just to kind of catch and see if there's any,
Yes.
after the fact things that we need to see as a cutscene overnight or anything. This is still today, after all. What's the matter? Are you done for the day? Let's call it quits. All right, rest up and come prepared for our next expedition. All right. So before we get into tomorrow, let's save tomorrow for tomorrow, as it were, and get back to the desk in the basement. So, how was that for a day? This was quite a bit longer than anything I've streamed before. It seems like we saw and did so many different things. It's almost hard to think back to getting up and going to school and just seeing things there. We wandered around the town a bit. We saw the Polonia Mall. We met with Officer Kurosawa at the police station, who's going to keep us outfitted. We went back to the school. We made some dubious choices in trying some odd medicine, which worked out in our favor this time, but I think we got more lucky than anything. We bought everybody some sandals to be a bit more evasive in our combat experience. We studied at the library and maybe hopefully got a little bit smarter. We even, ended up exploring Tartarus a bit. It was nice to get in there and actually see some progress after what we learned yesterday, the basics. We leveled up, we got some new personas, we got stronger, we managed our resources well. We beat a stronger foe on one of the floors. I think we got to, floor 9? So starting from floor 2, I feel like that's decent progress for our first day in there. I don't think anything really pushed us too far. We were starting to get low on resources, but thankfully it wasn't one of those scrambles of trying to stay alive and tread water. And we'll probably be seeing more Persona definitely, but more adventures into Tartarus than a traditional playthrough just because I'm going to limit my time in there. So it's going to be a long-term exploration. We might just get a couple floors done here and there, and there will be nights where nobody else goes to Tartarus because they've already finished it, but we're only spending an hour a day there, so we've still got work to do. But that will make this playthrough unique. It'll be mine, it'll be yours, it'll be ours. It will be what it will be. So for the stream audience here, for the YouTube side of things, I want to wrap things up and say thank you so much for being here. Anytime you want to join in live, I'm trying to stream at 12:30 Eastern Time, so if you want to catch the new day, that's when I plan to be live. But if you want to keep watching the archival footage on YouTube, you're already in the right place. Please keep doing so. So thank you so much for being here. Let's see what tomorrow brings, and have a great rest of your day. With that, we've reached the end of the day. Please look forward to next time to see where the game goes from here. This journey is being streamed live on my Twitch channel if you'd like to be there in person for the experience. Links and schedule details can be found in the description. I'll keep uploading each day's session to this channel so you can keep watching here. Once again, I'm Tom Shima. Thank you for tuning in. I hope to see you again as I continue the series, Persona a Day. What will tomorrow bring?